Hey everybody, NC Bohunk 42, and today on the channel we have the Ghostbusters Plasma Series Dana Barrett action figure from Hasbro. The figure comes with Dana Barrett, as Sigourney Weaver portrayed her in the original Ghostbusters movie. You get the torso for the Vince Clortho Build-A-Figure, the standard Plasma Series packaging with the figures in the line that build the Build-A-Ghost, a small write-up for Dana, some Art Deco on the other side. Okay, so here's the figure out of the package, and first we'll see the torso. I'm going to do a full review on this now that this is the final figure I had to open, but stay tuned for that. And as far as the figure goes, the figure has really just phenomenal likeness. I expect nothing less with the photoreal tech. You could just see, like, this is by far the best representation of Sigourney Weaver I've seen, and I have some other figures, you know, the Ripley NECA figures that I thought were pretty good. And then I didn't actually own the Diamond Select version of this character, but I never really particularly thought that version was great. But this is awesome. I mean, this has such good likeness, and you can just see the detail. There's that dark around her eyes and the glowing, menacing red. It just looks really good. Her clothes have this very shiny red sheen to it, so it's very reminiscent to how it was in the film. So they did a great job there. Got a little bit of maybe some, I got a little bit of paint boogering right here on the yellow, but it's not too bad. And then it's this soft rubber goods, so like it'll not hinder the movement too much. Now, unfortunately, the articulation isn't going to be there for a lot of the figures that come out that have all of this closed material. There's just no good way to be able to use the leg. So her right leg is pretty much it's pointless. I mean, you could try to force to bend it, but you don't get a whole lot. She's got the standard articulation for female figures, really, with the ball jointed shoulders, single elbows, which you really don't get a lot of good movement there because of the sculpting on the arms. I'm trying to get this closed piece in here. She's got the wrist articulation. She can go forward that much. She cannot go backwards. She's got the double knees and ankle pivot. And if you look real close, I'm not a fan of this, but if you look real close, you can see some sculpting lines. Like, this was obviously a reused piece from another figure. You can see the lines. Like, this was almost like a boot or something that they used, and they just colored it, you know, just the flesh color. But yeah, so the articulation is not bad for what you get with this figure. Really, you're just going for, you know, the accuracy and the likeness. Her head also cannot look up because of the really thick hair. It hits the back of the neck, but she can look down and from, you know, go each side to side. So the figure measures in right at just under 6¼ I'd say more like 6 1/8 inches tall. And here she is next to the Peter Venkman figure, and she scales really well with Peter. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it on the review. It's going to be a quick one. The figure doesn't really offer much in terms of articulation, but it is a wonderful figure in terms of interpretation. It's a great likeness to Sigourney Weaver and the Dana character in the movie. It's a must-have just to fill out your Ghostbuster collection. If I can find any gripes about it, isn't really particularly with the figure. I mean, you get what you get with a figure like this, and the attire she comes with. The articulation is just not going to be there. But my big gripe is with the packaging and the release of the figure. I feel like this should have been with the Lewis Tully 2-pack instead of the Lewis figure with the other Pterodog. I feel like the Gatekeeper and the Keymaster would have been a great 2-pack to have, and then maybe do the Pterodogs as a 2-piece, and then have the Slimer figure as the Build-A-Ghost. That would have made maybe a little more sense, and then also kept this from being a peg warmer and as most of the people who follow this series, the Lewis Tully figure was impossible to get as it was an exclusive, and now it's you know, people are selling it for 3 times what it's worth on the secondary market. So that's unfortunate because a lot of us missed out not being able to get the Hasbro Pulse exclusive. All right, guys, that's the review. I hope you found it informative and it helps make a better decision when adding to your collection. If you like what you saw, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and stay tuned for future content. Keep collecting.